What is going on, comic fam? It's me, Vincent Mclean, Comic Machine, and I'm finally back again with another Thursday video. Guys, thank you for all the love and support you have shown me and the wife and our fur babies. I very much appreciate it. You guys have been absolutely amazing with all the love and support, and big thank you to everybody in the community that reached out to me. Brief recap, we got hit with a little infestation of bed bugs. Everything seems to be copacetic now. However, it's been quite a trying week, going on 2 weeks. So thankfully, the inspector came out, did what they had to do to spray and all that kind of stuff, came back on Monday and took a look at everything to see how we were doing. Since that was taking place, looks like we're doing pretty well. So everything should be on the up and up. As you can kind of see, everything's kind of a bit of wreck still, so I'm still trying to get the comic room all put back together. So there might be some changes or not, I don't know, we'll see. But I wanted to do a video today that pretty much is like, you know, when nightmares come out of nowhere, and this literally just kind of came out of nowhere, and what thankfully I have in my possession to protect my comic books. So that is what we're talking about today. So let's get into it. So thankfully, guys, I've been doing the comic book collecting for, I think, like, for sure solid like 2 years, maybe a little bit longer before I started recording, but I'm pretty sure I'm like on a 2-year, maybe almost 3-year journey of collecting comic books. And the one thing that never fails, and if you are like a moderate collector or a new collector or a long-term old collector that's been doing it since the dawn of time, I think all of us should take into consideration that no matter what type of collector you are, you should always protect your books. And that means bagging and boarding, making sure that they're put away in a secure location, and at the very least, just make sure that there's no books exposed or anything like that. I think one of the big things that people don't really consider is when tragedy strikes, right? So like if you are, you know, a new collector and you just have, you know, a stack of books laying on your desk somewhere or whatever, and something happens, you know, your roof ends up leaking, or you spill something on it, or you know, you're not home and your animal decides, I want to chew on paper today, you know. So I think it's very important that everybody who collects comic books or is trying to get started in collecting comic books understands the importance of taking care of your books, and that is by bagging and boarding your comics. Me personally, I like to use Silver Age bags and boards. I like to have like a nice little border around my books. It kind of helps pop the book out. I also use Mylars. I use 2mm Mylars, the Mylite 2s. I like that because it's a bit sturdier of a bag, and it makes everything look like 4 grades higher than it's supposed to, and it presents really nice. That's what I like to use. So if you are the same as that, awesome. If you didn't know that, there you go. Silver Age bags and boards, Mylite 2s, standard size. That's what I use. Now, another thing that a lot of you might not know about is other ways to store your comics. So that right there is a filing cabinet. So thankfully, I watched a video a long time ago by Geekery with Dante D. And he was one of the first people I started watching on YouTube, and he stored his comics in filing cabinets. And I never considered that, I never thought about that. You know, all I saw was everybody just had stacks on stacks on stacks of comic book boxes, just regular comical boxes, you know, graphic or, you know, just plain. And so when I saw that, it's like, that's actually a really good idea. Some of the filing cabinets out there are like waterproof or fireproof, or, you know, they have locks or something like that. However, they can get expensive. Thankfully, my filing cabinet that I have back over here, I found off the Facebook Marketplace. I think I paid $25 for it, and it came, you know, as like a ding and scratch kind of thing that you would do like back in the day when Sears was an actual thing that people would go to do tools and purchase refrigerators and washer and dryers and stuff. You could get scratch and ding, you know, pre-used or pre-owned, or they just got scratched and ding coming off of the the truck or whatever, and they couldn't sell it. So that's pretty much what I did for my filing cabinet. And I picked up the filing cabinet as soon as I found one for a price I was willing to pay that wasn't completely broken. And thankfully I did. And I've been storing my comics in this filing cabinet ever since. I can fit 3 BCW short boxes perfectly in there, and they'll close. The drawers will pull all the way out, go back all the way in, and I can have a top drawer with three short boxes and a bottom drawer with 3 short boxes. So since I've been doing that, that's how I've been storing all my books. I'll have stuff out on display, I'll swap them out, but that's pretty much how I take care of my books, just doing everything I can to protect them, because sometimes the comic boxes, short boxes, long boxes aren't going to be enough. And it's also a nice way for everything to present. You know, I haven't gotten around to it, and this is kind of a shout out to everybody in the community. If you have stickers and you're promoting your brand and whatnot, send me your stickers and I will decorate my filing cabinet with all your stickers. All right, I've got a bunch from the Comic-Con podcast. I got a couple from Adrian Panda Awesome. So if you guys want to see your stickers on my filing cabinet, you know what to do. Send them in my way. So that's pretty much how I store my collection. And unfortunately, since it's short boxes and I don't have a dedicated slab box or anything like that, I do have to lay them down inside one of the short boxes that doesn't have comics in it, so they can be flush and they can just be stacked up nicely and not have any long-term damage. So that's the only downside, because you can't fit slabs in a regular, short box or long box unless you put them down sideways. But because I have a filing cabinet, when all this happened to me and the wife and our family with our fur babies, who we love very much, I wasn't fretting about the extermination process, because I was able to keep everything in the filing cabinet and nothing was going to happen. Like, there wasn't going to be extra spraying done on my boxes, there wasn't going to be spraying on my comics. Everything is bagged and board. They're in a nice, secure filing cabinet. And I was able to cover it as much as I could, and no issues, nothing, no residuals or anything like that. So that's pretty much the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so, of why I think it's important. And if you haven't thought about filing cabinets as storing your comic books, or maybe you have, this is kind of like a testimonial. All right, so I just had everything stored over here, and I just made sure everything got put in there that I could, and just pulled it away so they could do what they had to do, and no issues, absolutely no issues. Now, I don't know how it would be if they had to do any type of bug bombing or anything like that. I think what I probably would do is put tape around the edge where the drawers are, just to kind of help stave off any smell or anything that could get into it. And then maybe put a trash bag over it just in case. But other than that, everything's been copacetic. So tell me what you guys think. Have you ever considered using a filing cabinet? I know I've been talking about it for a while now, for how I store my comics, and you guys will see it in my videos. I have my slabs standing on top of the filing cabinet. But yeah, so tell me what you guys do, and what have you done when disaster strikes, when the little nightmares come out of nowhere, because with regular books, silverfish is a big thing. With old books, they'll get in there and just live in there kind of thing. So you can't really bag and board a novel kind of thing like you can with comics. So tell me what you guys think about this. Let me know, comment down below. That's all I got for you guys here today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure that you are subscribed and liked and commented on the 500 subscriber giveaway. I'll link up here. Make sure you do that, because we are approaching 500 subscribers. We're approaching 5 here pretty fast. So thank you very much for all the love and support. You guys have a wonderful day. Peace.